Hello everyone, today we are going to do a little experiment. This brush pen here by Pentel is empty and I wanted to try to refill it myself rather than buying a refill. So I'm going to cover my table because I have a feeling that it's going to be a bit messy. I've never done this before, so I'm opening it with you. And let's see. So there is a little bit left in there, but that's it. I mean, if I squeeze, nothing really comes out. But that also means that there's probably going to be some leftover in there. So to open it, you just do it the opposite way, the way you used to, because you need to follow the arrow here. And you need to take a knife. So I have watched some videos to make sure I was going somewhere. And there's a little indent right here. And this is how we need to open it, because you can't just like put ink right here. So I'm going to go slowly because I do not want to cut the whole thing with my knife. Here we are. So like I said, it's messy. I'm gonna wipe this off. And we'll show you that there's a little hole in here so that the ink is in the cartridge here, but somehow the ink goes inside the hole here all the way down, and there's another little pipe thing inside, and it goes back up into that one and into the bristles. And I'm going to try to open to show you so that with not too much splatter everywhere. Good thing this is dye-based ink and that I can wash it. So I think I'm going to go clean this up, and then I'll be right back. So here we are with a clean brush pen. It was really easy to clean it up actually, well, except for the brush part. I tried to flush it as much as I could and it was taking a long time, so it's not 100% clean right here. You can still see some ink, but I figured that once I start using it again with this ink, then it's gonna flush out the leftover ink, and then it'll be good to go. So this a fast and easy way to clean this is just to fill it up halfway, and you just shake it and empty it, and then keep doing it until the water that comes out is nice and clear. This was pretty easy too. While I was doing this, I was just put this under running water, and eventually it turned all clear like this. And because there's an opening on both sides, so it's easy to do that. This was a bit trickier because there's an opening only on one side right here, not on this side, and you can see there's still a little bit left in here, and it doesn't just go right through it. because there's no air on the other side, so it's kind of hard for the water to go through. But I mostly tapped it like this in the sink under the water, and eventually it all came out, but it didn't take very long. So now for the interesting part, oh, I forgot to tell you, you can also take this off, although here you go. Oh, there you go. It's still a little bit dirty here, but I don't need this, and I don't need to take these apart. All I'm gonna do is just put ink in here, put this back, and then see if it works. So like I said before, the ink that's in there is dye based, and so it's very thin, there's no particles floating around, and it's not waterproof. But because it's very liquid, it flows well and it does not clog the brush pen. But I want something waterproof, so I decided to use the platinum carbon ink, which is very often used with fountain pens. And this one is pigmented ink, so there are fine particles in it, but it's pretty liquid for a pigmented ink, and a lot of people use it with their fountain pens. But what I like with this is that it's waterproof, and it's I think pretty light fast as well, so it's great for artwork. You can use it with watercolors because it won't smear with water. So now, because the opening is really wide, I'm not going to use like a syringe with a metal needle. I'm just going to use one of those that you get sometimes with medicine and all. Oh, bubble. I don't like when there's bubbles. Then I just shook the bottle because I haven't used it in quite some time. When you try to burst the bubble, it often goes splash everywhere. So be careful when you do that. Alright, and I'm not going to fill it all the way up because I really want to test it first. So I might just do, I don't know, one syringe, or barely. I'm just going to put this in, and I'll go really slow because I don't want a big mess. Again, it's hard because there's no airflow in there when you fill it up. So it's not going to fall, it's not going to just drip in it very easily. There you go. If I go just a few drops at a time, it might work better that way. Now again, because it's pigmented ink, I probably would shake the pen before I use it to make sure that it's all nice and even before I start using it. Alright, I can feel it a little bit heavier. I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to give it a shot. And I don't want to fill it up all the way also because I want to make sure that the ink doesn't clog this brush pen. I wouldn't use India ink or anything with a lacquer in a brush pen because it's most likely gonna clog it. So anything that's either dye based and nice and liquid would work, or something you know won't clog a fountain pen should work with this as well. And look at this. I forgot to put this back in here. Oopsie. Now we need to be careful because this is going to displace the ink because we're adding some volume in it. So if you want to fill it up all the way, don't fill it up to the top because the ink level is gonna rise as you put this back in. Okay, so this is in. I'm gonna shake it a little bit, and then I'm gonna see if it works. Might take a little while till the ink is nice and opaque because there's probably still a little bit of water in here. Yeah, plan on it being messy, especially if you still have a little bit of the old ink inside of your brush. Alright, let's see how that goes. So I'm squeezing it first. Oops. So I'm squeezing it first so that ink can, oh, I see it coming here all the way down to the brush. So it's very it's not very opaque now, like I mentioned, because there's still water, so I'm gonna have to flush that water. It's already getting darker. But the flow is really nice. There, I think we got it. So what I'm gonna do now, because I have a couple of these that still have the original ink and that aren't waterproof, I'm gonna grab a piece of washi tape and just put it around here. Actually, I'm going to put it here, or maybe here. I'm going to put it here, that way I'll know which one it is. And because sometimes I don't use my pens for a while, I'm going to write down what ink I put in there. And I might just put the date as well. That way, if I don't use it for a while, let's say in 2 months I take it out and I haven't used it, if it's all clogged, then I'll know. But it'll give me an idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play with it for a while and then stop using it for a while as well and see how well the ink works with this brush pen. If I don't use it for a while, it might just clog it, it might just destroy the bristles. I'm not sure. That's what an Indian ink would do, or China ink, whatever you call it, because of the lacquer and it's thicker, and so that's usually not very recommended for this type of brushes. But as I have a feeling this will work well. If anything bad happens to it, I will put an update in the description box. That way you'll know that you need to choose another ink. So that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'm excited to have a waterproof ink brush pen. and so you'll probably see me using it in videos. Oh yeah, maybe some Inktober videos, who knows. So I'll see you soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.